Hello again, welcome back to the Organic Wine Merchants, episode 2. So firstly, we did a brief overview of the business, my background, etc. So we are based in Byron Bay, we are wholesalers, and we also retail online. We deal exclusively with certified organic, biodynamic and preservative-free wines. So those three elements are the three biggest questions I get wherever I go. First thing is, what does organic really mean? Well, in a nutshell, certified organic wine means there are no synthetic chemicals used in growing the grapes or making the wines whatsoever. The certification process can be a timely and costly experience, so the people who commit to doing this really are passionate about doing it, and they are doing it to the highest possible standards that Australia measures or certifies. There are two certifying bodies, there's NASA and there's the BFA. So there you go. First of all, far lower levels of preservatives as well, which is something we'll get to later. But organic means, therefore, it's grown without any chemical input whatsoever. Now, biodynamics is a bit more intensive, a bit more all-encompassing. Biodynamic farming is a system of agriculture developed by a dude called Rudolf Steiner. You may have heard of the Steiner schools, etc. This is back in 1919. A bunch of Austrian farmers were quite concerned about the post-war influence of chemicals in agriculture, etc. So they all got together and said, look, how can we do this naturally? And essentially it follows a lunar cycle of planting and harvesting. So within the lunar cycle, as far as biodynamics are concerned, there are 4 weeks or 4 types of day. There's a root day, a stem day, a flower day and a fruit day. So depending on what you're growing and depending on when you want to harvest it, you might follow in this system. That's a little bit hippy-trippy, but it seems to work very well for a lot of producers. But equally and more importantly, then they are treating the entire vineyard as an ecosystem. So they are doing a lot more composting. Animals are allowed to roam free, it keeps down the weeds, etc. Companion planting helps things grow together and keep away predators or bugs. But there are a couple of preparations they use. This is where it gets a little bit groovy and a bit out there. There's 5 preparations from memory. There's 500, 501, 502, 503, 504. The predominant one is preparation 500. And they take a cow horn, they fill it with cow poo, and they bury it over winter, and then they dig it up, and they dilute this to a particular volume of water, and it's a constant moving water vortex, so it's diluting it to it's almost non-existent. Very similar, in my mind, to the concept of homeopathy. And so by digging that up, that's the spray that they use, that helps keep sort of bugs away, it helps protect the plants. Then later in the season, the growing year, they'll then bury a horn filled with silica, or clear quartz, and they'll dig that up then after season and spray that, and then helps then keeps down bugs and so on and so forth. Now it's up to the biodynamic farmers themselves on how far they go with this system, but essentially it's an extension of the organic concept where there are no chemicals used. They are simply helping Mother Nature do what she does best. And if you ever have the chance to see a farm that's divided into biodynamic and non-biodynamic, the first thing you notice is how much healthier the soil is. And I guess in a simplistic or scientific manner, it's a way of increasing microbial activity. So it's helping the earth do what it does, break down compost matter, increase nutrient, which is absorbed by the vines, which only goes to increase the quality of the grapes, the thickness of the skins, that helps retain moisture loss, etc. And what we're starting to hear now, a couple of awarded wine critics and wine writers and sommeliers, etc., they're realising that this process of following the organic biodynamic procedures increases the vibrancy of the palate in these wines, which if you follow it backwards makes a bit of sense. Because there's less chemical input, there's less strain on the plant, it's really just doing what it does best, and that's, in this case, growing fruit. Excuse me. So not only does it improve the quality of the soil, it improves the quality of the lifestyle for the farmers. There's less chemicals, no one's going to be having 2-headed kids in 20 years' time. Those kids in 20 years' time or 40 years' time or 50 years' time will still be able to enjoy the earth as it was intended. It's being nurtured, it's being protected. And for our end, for our benefit and ultimately your benefit, is you're getting better quality wines. And as more people follow these procedures, then the cost is becoming a little bit lower. People are sharing knowledge, they're sharing technologies, they're sharing information and tricks and tips. And all the way along, just creating better quality wines, less chemical input. In fact, in this case, no chemical input, and just giving you something that's more enjoyable to drink and more confident in the sense that you are doing a little bit to maintain sustainable agriculture in this country. We cannot continue to thrash the land the way we have. We cannot continue to depend upon chemical sprays and additives. We must all take a sense of responsibility at some stage to look at the provenance of our food. Organic food is so popular. Now we're looking at organic wines, and this is where we step in and hope to be there to lead you through this process. To be concerned about the provenance of your wine, to be concerned about how it was made, and to be concerned about not only the health benefits for you, but the benefits for the land itself. I hope this has given you a little bit more understanding of the organic and biodynamic principles. Feel free to research it, feel free to send through questions. Any suggestions or ideas you may have will always be appreciated. Ultimately, this is what we're passionate about, is the sustainability angle. And ultimately then we have wine as our commodity that helps us all benefit, because we all like a drink. And especially once you engage in the organic biodynamic wines, you'll really appreciate the experience of it the following day. It's a whole lot better in the morning after than drinking something else that is not organic or biodynamic. Once again, my name is Jonathan Denver. This business is the Organic Wine Merchants. Thank you once again for checking in. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and those people that you love, and we look forward to talking to you again very soon. Ciao.